What up, man? It's big brother K-Rino, K-Rino. And wanted to slip in here with y'all on a Sunday night and try to get some things right. So I got a little window of time to work with. So I definitely want to make sure that I come chop it up with the family, man. So hopefully y'all hopefully you have some love for your big brother tonight and come through and hang with me for a second. This is open topic. I think I numbered this right. Open topic number 110, I think. And by now, I know I don't have to explain the rules, but I still got to explain the rules on this like button because I saw 0 likes on my end. So just when I thought I didn't have to explain it, when y'all come in, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications so we can keep the attendance levels like we want them to be. So y'all hit the like button as y'all come in. This is open topic. It's self-explanatory. Open topic is just that. That means that that means the floor is open for whatever topic. So whatever y'all got on y'all mind, let's get it on. I'm a little sleepy tonight, but I'm good. So y'all normally can perk me up. But hit the like button if y'all haven't already. If you're coming in, hit the like button. Everybody that's coming in, hit the like button. Likety like. Like. Not like Mike, like. If you could click that like. I see the family is coming in the building as usual, man. All the homies, all the familiar names are coming in. I appreciate y'all. I got nothing but love. See who gonna get it kicked off. Final Face said he paid my fee. It only costs a like click to get in the club. That's all it costs is a like click. Josiah, you at an open mic? Do your thing, man. Don't lose concentration looking at me. Make sure you get your stuff together. Joseph has the first question. Joseph Lopez. Jolo. What up, Jolo? Joseph Lopez says, what are your thoughts on famous people flexing their materialistic jewelry in social media? Well, I think that famous people who flash their jewelry and money or whatever it is, cars, lifestyle, whatever aspect of it that you flash, it's on them to move with a little more caution. That's not wise to do. It's not safe to do in this day and age. We've seen too many times where artists and people like that have gotten robbed, and sometimes even worse because not only are they flashing what they have, a lot of times they're revealing where they are. They're showing their locations and things of that nature. Or you don't even have to be flashing it. You can just be wearing it. What's the guy that got somebody got robbed or shot in another city? They were just wearing the big expensive chain, and somebody else saw him because you're famous. So somebody else sees you and that's such and such over there. Hey man, hey man, oh boy, over here, we right off 15th Street, man. I'm telling you, on the right now, he by himself. So I think more on the lines of those type of people being wise. You don't have to broadcast everything that you got. You ain't got to show the world everything that you got. You ain't got to walk around with big stacks of money like you talking on money phones, and because it's a flex for you. but it's an opportunity for somebody else. But also too, depending on the context in which you're doing it, you're flashing and flaunting and all that. To the people who don't have those things, young people may get the false perception that, I may have to do other things to get those things. I may have to get them through illegal means, or it may give the perception that this is what life is all about. This is life. This is enjoyment. And it is, if your character's right to know how to utilize wealth and riches and things of that nature. But click the like button, man. If y'all in here, y'all haven't clicked that thumbs up, click it now for your brother. Appreciate you, Matt. Paul Malanga says, I just seen zero on the Dr. Green Thumb pot. Who is Dr. Green Thumb? Who is that? Dr. Green Thumb. Paul Malanga. Okay, how do you feel about Kamala Harris? I don't know Kamala Harris as a person. I don't know much as a candidate, so I don't really view it through that lens. I view it just through the lens of where I believe America is in prophecy. And based on that, I just don't think that anybody is gonna be the answer. I don't think that either candidate is gonna be the answer to solve the problems that are facing America in the dark cloud that's hovering over America in terms of what this country is prophesied to go through. Is that Rufus JP? How about your thoughts on people's diet? Not sure if you've covered this topic before, but definitely interested. Well, yeah, we talk about diet and nutrition and food and all that all the time on here. I am a believer in what the Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches in terms of nutrition. That's what I stand by in terms of my belief. Now, in terms of my practice, I got some work to do. But we know, or we should know, that a lot of the food, a lot of the water, a lot of the drink, and a lot of the things that we consume, the majority of the things that we consume is poison. And it's been poisoned. It's been man-made poisoned. So chemicals in the food, chemicals in the water, distortion of even fruits and produce, the way they're genetically modifying everything that we consume. So the wise thought or the wise advice to give anybody is to figure out how to grow your own food, figure out how to eat the best you can, figure out how to select the best you possibly can, even if you're still going to the store. So, but in terms of quantity, that's the quality side, but in terms of quantity, 1 meal a day is the key. And Honorable Elijah Muhammad teaches to eat 1 meal a day. It's better for you than if you really cold-blooded, you eat 1 meal every other day. Less is more, basically, is the premise. Because the more you put into your body, the harder your body and your stomach has to work. The harder your stomach has to work to break it down. The harder your liver and your kidneys have to work to filter out all of the toxins, the over-toxified toxins that are in your system. So when you eat less, it gives your body more of a recovery period, more of a time to filter out and do what it's supposed to do, as opposed to while it's actually still working. You ever been doing some work and you working on one thing and then somebody come and drop another load of, you'll see them, it's like the person that's got a bunch of paperwork on their desk and they running through that paper. Okay, this is what I got. And you halfway through that paperwork and somebody come and put another stack on there. You like, so you, okay, cool. So you get back to work, then they come in and they put another stack. That's what it's like when you eat too much. When you eat breakfast and then your stomach starts working hard to digest and break it down and get all the bad stuff out, and it's working, it's working, it's working, and then up time for lunch, and you pour more down there. Now your stomach's like, all right, we'll get to that, and then you pour some more down. Your stomach's like, come on, man, you're eating too much, and that's our biggest problem, that we eat too much, and we eat too much of the wrong foods. So if we can get to where we can eat more nutritional as possible and less frequent, it leads to better overall health. Regardless of what they tell you about how you're supposed to eat 3 meals a day, regardless of how much they tell you that pork is the other white meat and pork is good for you and pork is it's cured pork. It's this, it's no. Regardless of how much they tell you, um, this restaurant, this fast food place, no. Go watch the latest episode of our podcast called the Underground Dialogue Podcast. Go watch that, Rufus. Go watch the latest episode, the most recent episode that aired this past week. And we do a lot of talk about diet and stuff in that particular episode. So it's the Underground Dialogue Podcast. Big Rick says, I was out there at Sunnyside Park the other day and met OG Point Blank. Yeah, he was out there. They had what school was out there? They had a home, one of the homecomings or something, I think. Yeah. I wish I knew. I might have pulled up. Yeah. Brent Wood says, appreciate this, brother. In the world of evil and all sorts of negativity, it's good to hear someone step outside the norm. Oh man, we all trying, man. None of us are perfect. None of us are a finished product, but we all have to do the best we can with what we have and what we know of good. And anything that we have of good and that we know of good, we got to pass it along, man. We got to pass it along. Yep. Open topic, y'all. Click the like button, man. Click that like. Click that like. Click that like. Click. Yeah. Paul says some of your best material is when you directly present politics and world events in such an articulate way. I mean, God is great. I'm not a political guy. I'm not a guy who's really heavy into the political aspect of society in the world, but I try to keep my eyes open as much as I can and try to expound on it the best way I can with what it is I'm blessed to find out and learn. But, you know, I'm glad God blessed me in a way that I can present it in a way that is relatable. What's up, Connie? Collins Lunga says, what do you think about Lupe Fiasco wanting to battle every rapper? What do you mean battle every rapper? That's impossible. He wants to battle every rapper ever in the world? Can you battle Lupe Fiasco because both of you are beast possible? He wants to battle every rapper. What you mean? Give me some clarity on that. No, I'm not battling Lupe Fiasco. Let's see. Phantom Face says, if somebody set it up for you to battle a well-known mainstream artist on a big stage, would you engage and smash them? If the money is right, the money would have to be right. I ain't doing it just to be doing it. I don't have the love for that no more. Like that used to be my focus when I was young. I used to like just want any rapper I see. I want his throat. That was the focus back in those days, for no reason at all. Unwarranted, totally unwarranted, just because he rapped. But 40 years later, it's hard for me. It's hard for me to be mad. It's like there's a certain level of anger and passion that I would have to try to summon that up. But the right amount of zeros could do it though. But it's not something I'm pursuing. Shaheem the Dream, what's up, my brother? There's K in your song, The Tables. When the mom sees that the table is crooked, and so she turns it, that symbolizes the turning on the. Yeah. She turned the table. Yeah. You caught that. Okay, Bluntimus Prime, Be Real Show. That's the podcast the Zero's on. Okay, that's what's up. I didn't know Be Real had a podcast. That's dope. Okay, Dr. Dream Thumb. Got it. Okay. I didn't know. Appreciate y'all for putting me in the loop. Ungrateful Ninja. Who will win the selection? I don't know. I have an idea who I really strongly believe who's going to win, but I can't definitively say that I know. Tony Williams. I see a young Kiko and YJ, the author. What's going on, y'all? Tony Williams says, I got a question. Am I the only one that is pissed that they just had an all-black male summit and they were bashing black males again for not voting for Kamala? No, I didn't know nothing about that. So let me see this again. You said they had an all-black male summit. Who is they and where was this summit? Who is they and where was the all-black male summit? And they were bashing black males again for not voting. Who was they? Were the black males participants of the summit bashing black males in general for not voting for Kamala? Or were people on the outside who are watching and commenting bashing the black males who were on the summit for them not voting for Kamala? Give me a little more clarity. Pharaoh KT says, hey, yo, your song Holla at Me should be the intro each time you start. Yeah, really. Let's see. Speaking Facts. What's going on, Speaking Facts? Said Grand Deception came into my life years ago at the best time of my life. Thank you for everything. God is great. I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you for listening, man. I'm glad that song. I thank God I was able to make that song, man. I just pray that I did it right. Joseph Lopez says, should I sell my precious metals to start to get healthy? Or should I keep it to gain interest? My friends was asking me that. What do you mean? Sell your precious metals to start? What metals would you have to sell to start? Why do you got to sell something to get healthy? Make me understand that one too. Zen Ocelot, KT off the record. I see y'all. Edwin Reyes says here is Inglewood, New Jersey. Chemtrail spraying is off the freaking charts. Yeah, man. That's been going on for years and years and years. I never met nobody that worked at the chemtrail place. Yeah, what you do, man? I fly the chemtrail planes. Somebody flying the plane, but I never know nobody that ever did. Mike Jack, terribly unhealthy food out there. That's right. And we seem to love it. Rob G said the best thing that worked for him was stop eating after 8 o'clock. Yeah, if you can discipline yourself like that. My problem is I don't go to sleep till 5, 6 in the morning. So if I was to stop eating at 8, I'll be by midnight. I'll be going crazy. But yeah, it's all about self-discipline. Fasting is self-discipline. Lessening your portions is self-discipline. Cutting out certain foods that you like, but the food don't like you, self-discipline. Conditioning yourself to eat once a day, once every other day, self-discipline. It's Bubba C says, medicine is a thought. I don't understand what you're saying. Think nutrition first. What's up, Zen Osalat? Can't pronounce your name, but you said I gave my mom Dick Gregory's and Dr. Sabi's book. Yeah, get How to Eat to Live too. Give your mom How to Eat to Live. Go get her that book too. Where my How to Eat to Live at? Let me show you what it look like so you'll know when you see it. Get your mom a copy of this book too. How to Eat to Live. Because we live to eat. We don't eat to live. We live to eat. And we love to eat. We love to eat. Man. Dope Boys Music. What's going on, man? Jordan Sargent, do you drink alcohol at all? No, sir. I don't drink. I ain't judging nobody who do. JG 1982 said, I clicked the like. Thank you, JG. Jada Flow, eating little and often is also healthy. Absolutely. And different foods help the gut biome. When you eat a lot, you use a lot of water and energy to digest that. Okay, Jay. Anybody that's new, that's not a regular, that's not accustomed to being here, I appreciate y'all presence, number one, but number two, y'all hit the like button and subscribe and turn on your notifications. I don't want y'all to be strangers. I want y'all to become regulars. I'd like to reach 100,000 subscribers one of these days. Active. Hamp, what's going on? Verb Baby. DJ Alyssa Monsanto. Lupe Fiasco is like, no, I'm not a clown. He said 9/11, Building 7. Did they really pull it? Did they really pull it? Someone says Silverstein said it on camera. Okay, Alyssa. A Street. I guess it's A Street, AST. Appreciate you. Barry Tone Jones says, will you speak on the fundamentals of hip hop and how, though its quality and lyricism has plummeted, though the overall value is arguably better? The fundamentals of hip hop. I would not refer to myself as an expert on the fundamentals of hip hop. I understand the pillars of hip hop, the four um, pillars of hip hop. A lot of that I learned just from listening to the great KRS-One. Um, Now, when it comes to lyricism, I think I would be more qualified to speak on aspects of that because it's something that I do and that I've studied and I've heard some of the greats of the greats. Um, when you say quality of lyricism has plummeted, I wouldn't necessarily say that the quality has plummeted. I think that is so many rappers that are rapping and some that may be calling themselves lyricists and some that may be striving and attempting to be lyricists, they may not be there yet. So it gives the perception that it's watering down the whole thing. But Rakim just dropped a new album. Like I say, KRS-One is still dropping music. A lot of dope lyricists that have flown under the radar for decades are still putting out dope music. Black Thought is still out here. Kane is still out here. Who else am I? They just got through mentioning Lupe Fiasco. You got all these battle rappers who are so lyrically inclined. I mean, I don't think that lyricism is suffering because of the quality of lyricism going down. I think the market is dictating through an agenda, dictating other stuff being pushed to the forefront, and great lyricism, the presence of great lyricism is being pushed to the back burner or suppressed in some form or fashion. But that's just me. I could be wrong. What do I think about Native Americans and blacks arguing who was in America first? Well, it's kind of ridiculous seeing as how whoever was in America first got torn down by the same oppressor. Blacks and Native Americans got bit by the same snake. That's a fact. So if we're doing that, we worrying about the wrong thing. Mike Pena, what's going on? CT, your music is beautiful and intelligent. It sounds good with metal guitars too. Some of it. Thank you, CT. Never opposed to some guitar, metal, bass lead. It's all good. It's all to the good. We try to catch up, y'all. Short Bus, you voting for Cornel West? Cornel West still in the race? I didn't know. I heard Cornel West say he was running at one stretch, but I didn't know that he was. I hadn't heard nothing. See, when you don't have the money, when you don't have the campaign funds and the backing and the advertisement dollars and the sponsorship and the weight of some type of machine behind you, boy, it's tough. It's like being a rapper. It's tough to get exposed, you know. Tough to get your promotion and marketing. Cornelius, have you written over 2,000 songs? I don't think I got 2,000 songs. Let me see. I don't think it's that many. I don't think it's that many, Cornelius. I'm trying to give a lightweight approximation. I got about 50 albums, if each album had 10 songs on it average, even though I know I put more than 10, that would be 500 songs, right? I may have another 100 songs that never made it to albums. I don't know how many features I've been on. I've been on probably a couple of hundred features in my day. That's probably 800. Probably closer to 1,000, but maybe not 2,000. But I don't know. I'm guessing. Man, is that Cavi Jackson? Do you know about gang stalking? Somebody asked me that a while back, and I forgot what it was. I asked what it was. Somebody told me what it was, and now I forgot again. So now I got to ask y'all to tell me again, what is gang stalking? Because this ain't the first time somebody asked me about that. Because so whenever you tell me the definition, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I remember somebody told me that. So what is gang stalking? Wretched Man says, K-Rino, with all your knowledge, I pray you find the truth in Jesus Christ, King of Kings. I pray that too. I appreciate that. Even though I think I'm think I know that you're implying that what I follow now is not the truth. I'm just guessing. That's why you say, I pray you find the truth in Jesus Christ, King of Kings. Respectfully, I feel like I have. I'm pretty confident that I know Jesus Christ. I'm pretty confident. So the objective after you know him, because the bigger, of course you got to find him first. That's for anybody, but the bigger goal is to live him, to live Jesus Christ, the King of Kings. But you say, with all my knowledge, if you acknowledge that I got some knowledge, where'd that knowledge come from? Who blessed me with that knowledge? My friend was curious about if I should sell my silver stack to get prepared for the up. What do you mean? I'm confused. Why do you have to sell something to get prepared for an election? I'm lost, Joseph. I'm lost. Like, what do you mean? You have to sell something to get prepared for an election. I'm like, what do that got to do with anything? Make me understand. Just watching vids, remote control planes. What are y'all talking about? 9/11? What y'all talking? I don't know. Submitting to the Lord is self-discipline. Yeah, no question. Jada Flow, discipline is essential. Even having an undisciplined mind can lead to false memories. Having an undisciplined mind can lead to false memories. Explain that one. What do you mean? Fault, undisciplined mind leading to false memories. Make me understand what you mean by that. Saying Osalad, I appreciate the love, man. The stone that the builders refused, said Dick Gregory, cooking with Mother Nature. Okay. Catch up, man. Just an hero. You work too hard not to. You deserve it. Not to what? Appreciate the love, Justin. I work too hard not to what? Jason Barrett is in the building. Diego says, I think I'm watching live, but I'm not seeing a lot of what you're reading. I think they be sandboxing us. Man, oh no, hope not. Walaikum salam, brother Chris. Walaikum salam, brother Chris. I see you, my brother. How you feeling, man? Blunnimus Prime says Snoop Dogg is featured in Fortnite as a playable chat and has a new album dropping with all the production from Dr. Dre. Justin says, which types of songs are your favorite, or are you most attracted towards? Right? Most attracted towards lyricism, I would say. That's like my foundation. I also love to put a message in a song that can help change somebody's life for the better. That's really the best type of song you can make. The lyricism stuff is for me and y'all and people who are fans of that. But when you can make a song that's transformative in terms of people's life and that can make a difference in people's life and make them better, you know, to teach people something that they can take with them forever, then those are the most rewarding songs. Those are the most rewarding songs. But I like it all, man. I like stories. I like dope stories. All that, man. Felton Ben Yahuda, what's your thoughts on the new Hebrew rap? So deep now. What do you mean the new Hebrew rap? They got a group of Hebrew, like Hebrew Israelites? I mean, what do you mean? Is that like a new sector of rappers that have come out? What do you mean? Open topic, man. Phantom face. That's audio optics, huh? Verbal cinematography. Man, appreciate the love, Mike. What is Hebrew rap, Brother Felton? I don't know what Hebrew rap is. I never heard of Hebrew rap. Dope Boys Music. Who is this man running the record store and never couldn't find him? Brutus Lee. Appreciate the love. Appreciate the donation, man. Appreciate the super chat. Said, love your song, Written in Blood. Man. Oh, yeah, man. That's one of my favorites, too. Written in Blood represents America's history. America's history was written in the bloodshed of all people. Written in blood, man. Rodney Glenn, once again. What's up, my brother? Y'all gonna be in the fleet tomorrow, Rodney? I'm glad I saw you. That's a reminder. Y'all gonna be there tomorrow? I might swing through. Come through and hang out. Appreciate the love, Rodney. Tony Williams says, I got a question. Who is Monsanto? Are they a part of the government or someone else? I'm not sure what they're a part of, but I know they had them janky seeds. It was spoken for a while that the Monsanto seeds were not reproducing after themselves like seeds do. You was getting like a one-hitter quitter on the Monsanto seeds when farmers, and they had capitalized the market to where it was said that they were trying to make it to where you could only get, the farmers could only get their seeds from them. And it was messing up the game. Like, wait a minute, why y'all only ones monopolizing the seed market with seeds that are not even reproducing after themselves? So if I grow something, meaning if I grow something, I should be able to plant a seed, grow something, take seeds out of that thing I grew, plant those seeds, grow something that they should be able to reproduce after themselves. And a lot of the Monsanto stuff wasn't doing that. L says we need T-Rash, the overseer and the sorcerer on underground. That'll be a weird conversation right there. Roger Martinez, are you voting? No. DJ Bud Light proved that I had 1,000 feet. I got 1,000 features. That's a lot, Phantom Fate. I don't even think I got that many features. That's a lot, man. I don't think I know 1,000 rappers personally. Wow. Aaron, you listen to that Stepping Up? I hope it gave you some insight, man. I hope it helped. That was the goal. The new South Park Coalition, the ties that bind us, is out. Hey, if y'all just coming in, click the like button. If y'all just coming in, click that like, click that like, click that like. Rodney says we are the first generation of aging rappers with the next generation turning 30, 40 years old. Wow. That's a interesting thing to bring up. Do you think there will ever be a legit mature rap genre with mature context? Yeah, I think it's gonna consist of the generation that you named, that generation of us that are still doing it in their 40s and 50s, some in their 60s, because I'm just of the belief that life itself should naturally mature us as men and as women, but also it should naturally mature our art, our work, our content. It just should naturally mature it, because as you go through life, you live in life, you experiencing life, things are happening, and you're not in a mode where you want to talk about childish, immature, irrelevant, worthless, superficial content. So naturally, just by default, I would believe that the content would mature, but it takes time. And some of us got it quicker than others. Some of us were writing mature content in our 20s. Some of us, it was a mixture where we were dabbling back and forth. We would be here, then we would get back, step 1 foot back into the world. But that's the beauty of hip hop, that we all get a chance to experience, where we've gone so far into it now that we are seeing actual generations being birthed or developing. And I don't mean new generations in terms of like new generation. I mean like it's breaking up into, you got 60-year-old rappers now. You got 40-year-old rappers, 50, 30. So it's just time creates the circumstance. A lot of mature content out there, a lot of it. But it's also being suppressed. K-Love, young old school, what's up, my brother? We just relaunched Daylight Shooters media platform, created for artists by artists. This week we have the OG Cook of the Faculty Bill. Well, I mean, I saw that, but what's the deal on the whole thing? You know, because I know what's the deal with that now? Who's running it? Who's in charge of it now? Who's doing it now? And I think you know why I'm asking that question. Speaking Facts says it's an extreme method of intimidation used by certain groups that gang up on you through stalking methods to scare you quiet, or worse if you got something on them. So this is not online. When y'all talk about gang stalking, it's used by certain groups that gang up on you through stalking methods. Okay, so they stalking you how? They stalking you online, they're stalking you in person at your job. I mean, and who do they determine who they stalk? How do they make that determination of who it is they're gonna stalk? The stalker can become the stalked if they ain't careful. Sometimes you gotta stalk the stalker. Oh, you wanna stalk me? I'm gonna stalk you. Man, that's like the most beautiful thing in the world. When somebody reverse the game on somebody, oh, you wanna bully me? I'm gonna bully you. Oh, you stalking? I'll be in your bushes tomorrow. when he getting up to head out, he getting up to go stalk. He waking up to go clock in to go stalk. Look to the left, somebody in his bushes. I reverse the game on people sometimes. Sometimes you got to give people a taste of their own medicine. It ain't always good to just stand, lay back, and wait for somebody to do something. He said he's gonna come in. Oh, you coming? You say you gonna come get me? I think I'm gonna come get you. I'm gonna turn the hunter into the hunted. It's a beautiful thing. But just lay back and let you come get me. Mr. Urban World, K-Rino, some of the best MCs you flowed with are Flawless, the MC, Damo, Big Pun Son, Cannibal. I was on songs with who? Now who? I know I did songs with Cannabis and Born Son. I know for a fact. Flawless, the MC. See, I don't be remembering all these songs I was on. I did a song with Big Pun Son. I didn't know I did a song with Big Pun Son. Who got that? Mr. Urban World says, I'm not wasting my time with voting. Uh-oh. Nothing will change in my personal life unless I decide, oh, you're going to get in trouble. You're going to get gang stalked. Somebody going to gang stalk you. You say you ain't voting. It's amazing how to say I'm not voting has become like one of the most horrible things that can come out of a person's mouth. You ever, if anybody has ever asked you in person who you voting for, if you voting, and you say, I ain't voting at all. I ain't voting for nobody. Do you see the reaction you get when you tell people that? Are you voting? Nah, I ain't voting. Why not? They go crazy. They act like you have committed the most heinous act in the history of humanity if you tell people, nah, I ain't voting. Why? Why? And be mad. Number one, because according to your law, I have the right to choose to not to vote if I don't want to. Then you tell them a reason and you say, well, no, I don't believe in either candidate. That should be enough. But it's usually not, is it? Well, you still need to vote. Wait a minute. No, wait a minute. Did you hear what I said? I don't believe in either candidate. So how did that turn into I still need to vote? What are you talking about? Hey, man, I got some beer and I got some wine. Which one you want? I don't drink. Well, you still need to choose between the beer and the wine. I don't drink. They've been taught to react like that. Indirectly, directly. We've been made to believe that. Let me shut up. I ain't gonna do it. I ain't gonna say it. I ain't gonna say it tonight. Just watching vid says they think things will hit the fan after the election. Let's pray not. Jada Flo says, so if you don't discipline your mind as you would with your attitude or anything of that matter, then you'll end up remembering things that never happened. People in mental crisis get confused. Okay. Is that Rando? What are some of your favorite books that are in your library? You know, I always leave with Message to the Black Man. I just held up How to Eat to Live. They're mostly books, like I say all the time, it's mostly books by the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, man. Our Savior has arrived. I really like Brother Ilya Rashad Muhammad's book about UFOs, so-called UFOs. That's a few. Is that Debts Cretan? Hey, brother, just wanted to stop in and see I've been listening to your for years. Stuff like Imagination and the Wizard Saga has been super special to me over the years. Stay healthy, fam. Thank you, man. I appreciate the love. That's Creedon. I appreciate that, man. Thank you for listening, man. And don't be a stranger. Subscribe to the channel and turn on your notifications, man. I want to see you more often in the chats and on my daily videos as well. Also, my podcast. A lot of people didn't know that we have a podcast channel called the Underground Dialogue Podcast. We coming up on our 2-year anniversary for the Underground Dialogue Podcast, y'all. So subscribe to that as well. Matt Greer, do you think there will be some type of social unrest the day of the election? Wouldn't be the first time we've seen it, but I don't know. Not something I can say. I hope not. You know, you want peace, man. You know, nobody wants to see the country that they live in, born, raised in, grew up in. Nobody wants to see that place just go to hell in a handbasket, or see, like you say, civil unrest and the type of things that can happen in any type of explosive circumstances that result from an undesired outcome according to some other people. So now, you know, you hope not. Can't say, but you hope not. America has been on the brink of anarchy for a while. It's been just bubbling, and we've seen moments that have thrown little spurts, little hints of what it would look like, sample sizes. But we don't want to see that. My favorite album, Annihilation of Evil Machine, Mind Vision. One of those two. Juju 916. Who's the man in the picture with the white tee on your wall? That's my dad, man. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that dude. If it wasn't for that dude, this is what y'all would see right now. But how would the room be hitting on this plan? Is who doing anything for the community, Mike? Forces Unknown is in the building. Appreciate the love. Diego says, what lyricists you like? And you got any opinions on Tupac's Blasphemy? The song Blasphemy, that's one of my favorite Tupac songs. That's crazy you brought that song up. I wasn't a person who listened to a lot of Tupac, but that's one of my favorite Tupac songs, is Blasphemy. But lyricists I like, old school, man. Tila Rock, KRS, Rakim, Cool G Rap. Old school lyricists, Kane, Mo D, the people who helped to shape me. Zen says, if you ever do a show in Albuquerque, New Mexico, or in the Bay Area, I'm down to collab and open up for you. I keep that in mind, man. I've never been to New Mexico. Appreciate it, Justin. Alberto, I see you. Yeah. Alyssa said Terminator seeds. Yeah, you talk about Monsanto. Alyssa, you ain't kin to the Monsanto. You ain't in the Monsanto family, huh? You're not the CEO of Monsanto. I know Alyssa ain't rocking. Alyssa a soldier. Damon Clark, the term is heirloom. The heirloom seeds, Satan. I'm gonna check Abel Perez. A lot of people have been asking why if they can get the SPC album on iTunes. Let me see. I want to see if it's on iTunes. Thought it was on all the platforms. Ali say if y'all listen to his music, you wouldn't ask if he's voting. That's true. That's true, Ali. But to give benefit of the doubt, some people come in later. You know, they may have heard some recent stuff where I might have not been talking about that on. They may not go back as far as you or other people to know. So, you know, I don't take any offense to the question. You know, I understand where it's coming from because, you know, that voting bug has bitten us all, Ali. It's bitten us all to where it's like they have conditioned us to think that that is the answer. And all of these years, man, no matter how many years have passed, we don't see dramatic changes in our condition based on what candidate that we voted for. We just don't see that. We don't see it. So it just it messes my mind up. It confuses me how year after you have election after election, we go right into the same spell again, and we start right back up having these arguments and debates and conversations about these two candidates that are not going to do anything impactful. Just not. That's just the reality. So all these different conversations come up. It turns into, well, some people even say, well, man, I don't really like either one of them either, man, but I want to keep that one out. So I'm going to vote for this one just to keep that one out. Or it's always these different thoughts and excuses. And it's always this this mindset of automatic acceptance, meaning that if I have committed myself to the Democratic Party, does that mean that every Democratic candidate, does that mean that I have to just immediately side with and agree with everything that that candidate says because I'm Democrat? Oh, yeah, because nobody knew 1 year ago, even a few 5-6 months ago, the start of this year, nobody knew that. Now you probably could have guessed it, but no one knew that Kamala Harris would be the Democratic candidate running for the presidency of the United States. Nobody knew that. Because while people may have seen and detected some deterioration in Joe Biden's mental state, in his mental capacity, nobody saw it coming that boom. So the reason I'm saying that is because now once Kamala Harris is thrusted into that spot due to Biden stepping down because of his mental state, now it turns into an automatic acceptance of Kamala Harris that like, okay, now we're automatically riding with Kamala. When typically the quietest person in politics, to my understanding, is the vice president of the United States of America. That's like the quietest person in politics. President can do 2 terms, and you hardly ever hear anything about the vice president, no matter who it is. Some vice presidents end up becoming the president. They do what they do, work their way up, then they run, and then they become president, and now they're more vocal, they're out front, of course. But you hardly hear what a vice president job description even is. You would have to look it up. If somebody tell you right now, man, on the spot, don't Google it, don't pull out your phone, what is the vice president's role? Most people say, well, you know, the president died, get shot, they become the president. That's not his role. That's not his job description. He's not the vice president just because if the president gets shot, they gotta have somebody to. He or she is supposed to have a specific role, and I'm sure if you look it up, it will list that. You'll be able to find it. But if nothing happens to the president, you don't hear nothing about the vice president hardly. So my point is, once Biden steps down and she's thrusted into that spot, now everybody starts to argue with each other about why we should vote for her too. You know, like, man, you gotta vote for her. When you don't really know anything about her other than people who will go back to her prosecutor days and say, well, she did this, she did that. They'll probably say, okay, well, I'm not voting because of how she was. But typically, you don't really even too much know about the history of who the vice president was. And it's the same on the other side. Okay, well, hey, man, Trump. Vote for Trump. But you do have some Republicans that are even like, oh, man, I can't even go that far. But they got to still be loyal to that party. So every 4 years, we're going to have the same argument, y'all. And neither one ever fulfills promises. Neither one ever makes impact, super impact. And here's the thing. They don't even have the power to do a lot of the things that we would want them to do. Now, as Black people, we'll say, man, well, we want reparations. Let's say that a president did come along and want to give Black people reparations. They wouldn't be able to do it. We're going to keep demanding it. But would they really be able to do it? They wanted to. A lot of things got to pass through Congress, and, you know, to my understanding, y'all got some political scientists in here. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. Tech, I see you, boy. I see you, man. Okay, Phantom Face. Shout out to DJ Bud Light. J Spore, I appreciate the love, man. Okay, I'm gonna swing through tomorrow, Rodney. I'm gonna try to anyway. Mr. Urban World says, I don't believe any of us here are the age we believe we are. That's the second time this week I heard somebody say that. I want to get your thoughts on why you say that. This is why there's chronological age and biological age. Okay, I guess this is your thoughts on it. The most important. Some older people are biologically younger than others. Okay, well, I guess you would have to specify what you're talking about, because in terms of being able to record how long an individual has been on the planet, that's absolutely documentable. You can document that based on time and years and as we know it, as we understand it, or it's been explained to us or given to us, imposed on us, however you want it. If you say, well, a year is 365 days, then you can absolutely calculate from the time an individual was born under the umbrella of the Western Gregorian calendar, which is the calendar we follow over here, is November the 3rd, then you can absolutely determine after 365 days, the next year, 2025, according to this definition, he's 1 year old. So, but I'm assuming you're speaking about another way or another interpretation of age, which I get it, another interpretation of age. We can go into just the general principle of wear and tear versus actual time, where there's an individual who's 29, but he's lived so hard that he's the equivalent of 53. And then as an individual who is 53, who's taking care of his body, taking care of his mind, and hasn't corrupted his temple, and is in better physical shape, better mental shape than the person that's 29. So on a base level, yeah. But I mean, feel free to make me understand if I'm not on point with what you're talking about. Jason Jones, now you good, man. Which new album? The South Park Coalition album is out. My new album, I'm looking at late December. But I've been having so much stuff going on, bro. I haven't even had time to lock in on my next solo album. So I'm pushing for December, but y'all know how it is, man. Open topic. I see you, Smart Money. Cabby Jackson said, yes, any way possible, targeting list. Okay, I got you. Yeah, serious bookworm. You know what it is. Rufus JP, they believe it, therefore manifest it. My belief on gangstalking. Lester Smith, what's up, Lessie? Less is more. Any Wicked Cricket tributes in Houston this month? Not that I know of, man. We celebrate the OG. Anytime his name gets mentioned all the time. I was at an event last night, and his name came up several times on stage. He ain't gone nowhere. He's still here. But it would be cool to just set up something to pay tribute to Wicked and a lot of our OGs that we lost. Just have I might do that. We might call it the OG Salute. I got a song called OG Salute, so we could maybe do an event like that. Alyssa says, heavily suppressed, Kane line. I've gotten my channel removed 7 times. Oh my gosh. Yeah, man. They make it hard. I was watching this thing last night, and it kind of I saw a meme not a meme, but I saw a post last night, and it made me really lock in on the possibility of an agenda carried out by the music industry to strip away power from independent artists. They've always stripped away power from mainstream artists because the mainstream artist has always been signed to their labels. Get a major deal, major record deal, big record deal, the major deal. You've always been signed to those labels, so it don't matter the guy you see on MTV, the million selling artists, the top 40 radio play heavy rotation artists all around the world. They've always had control over them, but they haven't had control over the underground artists, the independent artists. So there was a post placed last night I saw online where it was talking about how the industry potentially, possibly eradicated or eliminated the physical copy, right? To gain more control over the revenue. Because now with looming extinction of the physical copy, the CD, everything goes to streaming. Everything goes to streaming. And they have a stranglehold on the streaming revenue. They have that under their complete control. That's not something that an independent artist right now can take control of in a way that the lion's share of the revenue comes to that artist. They have already set up the structure and dictated what percentages you're going to get of streaming. And as we know, because I talk about this a lot, that percentage is so microscopic that an artist doesn't even get a full penny when one off of one stream. So when physical copies existed, and artists had the ability, physical copies still exist now. Don't get it twisted. They still exist. I still do them. I'm continue to do them. But when physical copies were more prominent, or were the dominant or the only game in town, or were more prominent or right there, an independent artist had the ability to press up physical copies on his own, didn't have to wait on a label, go to a pressing plant, pressure on CDs up, and your fan base would patronize you, would support and purchase those physical copies, and independent artists would make a great living without any assistance from a so-called major label, without any assistance from any digital platform, because that was a time where they either did not exist or they were on the uprise, where they were on the way up. They hadn't got to where they are now. They hadn't got it to what it is now. And you just didn't need them. But now that's like, it's getting to the point where that's the only game in town. The digital side is the only game in town. And unless you are a collector, unless you are just a supporter, or unless you just an old school cat that still got your CD player in your car, you're not really, you have transitioned out of the physical copy. So it points to the possibility. I'm trying to give benefit of the doubt tonight. I really believe this to be true, but I'm just playing the game. It points to the possibility that the industry did this on purpose to monopolize the revenue. Like, we got it all. We have everything right here. We got everything right here. And if you want any of it, you got to come into this. We have to let you into this circle, and we'll let you in. But the problem is, for you, once they let you in as an artist, they decide what they pay you. And then y'all click the like button, man. Let's get to 100 likes real quick. Some of y'all ain't hit that like button yet. They decide what they pay you, right? Whereas as an independent artist back in the days, you pretty much determined what you paid yourself. How you determine what you paid yourself, okay? Because if you have a website, you can say, hey, website is www.whatever.com. When you go to that website, you will see my new album, blah, blah, blah. Purchase this CD, 15 bucks. Or 20 bucks. Or 25. You have the total ability to set your price and pay yourself what you want to pay yourself. With the potential extinction of this, gotta put it out digital now. So a CD that would have netted you 15, 17 bucks after you pay what you pay shipping and all that extra stuff. Now you got to take your music, go through one of their platforms, and wait for them to give you crumbs. That's agenda. They set that up like that, bro. Taking the power away. One of the first ways they took the power away in recent times was the 360 deal, because the majors were watching even artists on their labels get smart. Because I just told you that even the majors wouldn't paying the big name artists no money like that. So the big name artists got smart and they started, okay, well, you know what, hey man, I'll sell merchandise, I'll sell shirts, I'll sell hats, I'll sell candies, whatever you selling. And the label said, hold on, wait a minute, we need a piece of that too. So the 360 deal says whatever you generate as an artist while under contract with us, we get a part of it. 360, the totality of what you do, we get a piece of that. So all y'all, hey, 3 more likes, y'all. So all y'all who rock with me, keep buying the CD, man. I've been watching y'all. I appreciate a lot of people saying, hey man, when the album coming out on CD? Hey man, I appreciate that. I don't care if you got a 2025 Space Streamer. That's a new car I just made up. You got a Toyota Space Streamer, 2025. It ain't gonna have no CD player in it. Buy the CD anyway. I'm sure it got a USB in it. Buy the CD, transfer it to USB, pop it on there. Buy the CD, collect it, still listen to it through your digital means. DJ Memphis Mix says, what are your thoughts on Jadakiss? Man, Jadakiss one of the hardest, man. How can you not love Jadakiss? I ain't saying you didn't love Jadakiss, one of the hardest. No question. What's up, George? I see you up in this thing like a Tibby Chan chicken wing. Yeah. Mr. Urban World, I didn't know I had done songs with Big Pun Son. I had no idea. What's his name? It's all love, man. So we got to recognize what's going on. This is a situation where, they're slowly taking away the power. George says, I hate it when they say, if you don't vote, don't complain. Me too. But tell me what I can and can't complain about. I can complain about whatever I want to complain about. If you don't vote, you're part of the problem. You part of the problem. No, the people you voting for are really the problem. But you do what you want to do. I ain't telling you not to vote. So don't get mad at me when I say I'm not voting. I still don't understand gang stalking, y'all. I still don't get it. King Ya, what's going on? Appreciate the love, King Ya. Don't be a stranger, man. Subscribe and turn on your notifications. I want to see y'all every time I come on, man. I can't grow if y'all just one hit a quitter. If y'all just show up every so often, every blue moon, or just come through one time, I can't grow. A lot of us are like-minded. A lot of us have the mindset of, man, we don't want to be slaves to this mainstream corporate machine that I just got through speaking about. We need artists, man. We need artists that's gonna stand up against this and stand up against. Hey, man, we need help. I'm not Uncle Sam. I'm asking you to join the army, but not that army. Join the army of independence, independent artists. Empower. See, y'all the ones who empower me. See? Y'all the ones that keep me free. I ain't tied to them. That's why I can say what I want to say. Can't no label come to me and tell me to change a line in my song. Can't no digital entity tell me to change. Now, they might can take my song down off their platform. Wouldn't be the first time. But I ain't change it. Okay, well, you don't like, take it down. But when you get the CD, because people say, well, man, what song did they take down? Oh, they took song on a, well, how can I hear it? You can't, they took it down. But if you wanted to hear it, you could purchase the physical copy. You get the hard copy, you can hear it now. See, that they can remove you from their stuff. But we empower each other, they can't do that. See how simple and easy that is? Jada Flo says, I've been in Asheville doing feeding at some churches and shelters in this wonderful community. I haven't seen the presidential candidates once. Well, you know, they got the spots that they got lined up. It's strategic. They have strategic movements, you know, that they and their teams put together on where they should go and why they should go this place, and they prioritize certain places that they're gonna go because this is rally time. We've like 2 days, it's going down. Everybody, they circling the wagons now, boy. Yep. Let me catch up, man. Let me see. We got Rapper K is in the building, man. We got Texas Tech, Rapper K. Man, it's going down up in this thing tonight. We are in this thing tonight, man. Rapper K is in the chat. Yeah. Serious Bookworm says, I ain't voting for nan candidates. See, you must be from the South. When people say now one of them, no, you from the South. They play no redemption at the election. That's gonna scare somebody. Well, you know, man, one thing we gotta know, man, regardless of what happens, God is in control, and He gonna have the last say. That's another thing that bothers me too. We put so much emphasis on these candidates. It's like we look at it like he got to win, she got to win. Like, man, dude, y'all are just. I feel like God somewhere going, really? Y'all seem to be worshiping them more than me. Not me. I'm like God, you know. It's like weird to me, man. It's like a obsession. It's like a people break up friendships and family members getting into it behind these elections every 4 years. You voting for who? Oh, Charlie, I see you. Man, how I get this far down? How I get this far off? Man, I'm way off. Man, I done totally lost where I was, man. I'm not this far off, man. Wow. I'm far off. And I thought I was close. Username says anarchy only means without rulers. Not necessarily a bad thing when you look at the rulers we have. The perfect world would be anarchy because rulers wouldn't be needed. Yeah, but the without rulers can sometimes come post chaos because a technical definition like that doesn't necessarily speak to the definition that's in people's minds when they hear the word anarchy. Meaning that anarchy to most people means chaos and revolt and violence and things of that nature. So it's that is the version of anarchy that I think most people are thinking of. Yeah, Secret War was one of the songs they took down. Ungrateful Ninja said, I voted third party and my folks still went crazy. So you can't even satisfy them, huh? If you don't vote, you're disrespecting the process. You can't complain. Well, I did vote. Who'd you vote for? You voted for Kamala? Mm-mm. You voted for Trump? Mm-mm. I voted third party. I went independent. What? You can't win. You can't win, man. Aaron says, are you going to Mars with Elon and Trump? They ain't going. Shout out to No Malice from the Clips. Okay, Alyssa say I'm honorary Monsanto. She say, Alyssa say, don't put me in with them. Shout out to Payday Monsanto. Yeah. Trying to catch up now, y'all. I didn't know I was this far behind, man. Alyssa said all the candidates are Zionists, both parties. They won't talk about ending the private Federal Reserve to lower the national debt. And all of them will always back Israel no matter what. Facts. Phantom Face, I have no political affiliation. It's beneath me. I'm not a credulous citizen. You can't vote for a boss at work. Somebody says Ukraine is the new Israel. They got a lot of money. America shot them a lot of bread. And like if you got a woman you've been tricking on for years, you've been tricking on this woman for years. Money, 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 money. Then all of a sudden, you start shooting money to another one. It's like, ooh, man. Diego says, it's shocking to me that you think voting means nothing, especially living in Houston. Black women voting has real equity, especially in 2024. Well, I never said that voting means nothing. It means something. But what is that something going to result in? You know? So you say, especially living in Houston. Now, if you talking about some local stuff, you ain't never heard me really say nothing bad about local elections, because I think that's more something that's more reach out and touchable in terms of being able to impact things locally. I can vote for a city councilman and maybe hold him more accountable, or maybe see more things, active in that immediate space. But nationally, it's a bigger fish to fry, man. It's a bigger fish to fry. And black women voting does have equity in terms of, when they clamor for the black vote in general, the black people, not just black women, but black people, because it's always this big clamor for the black vote. In order for one of those two to get in, that they clamor and clamor and clamor to get in, only to do nothing for black people. Brother D. Nail, big bro, would you say that voting is part of the matrix that people get? Absolutely. Nationally. I just believe that, man. A lot of people get mad at me, man. It's a scam to me. And it's a spell that we under, because we've been taught so long. Everything what we just got to say, everything what George was saying, if you don't vote, you can't complain. Our ancestors died so you can vote. It's disrespectful to not vote. Nobody zeroes in specifically on policy itself. Policy, I can't say it doesn't get discussed, but it's never at the forefront of those types of conversations. It's always some other points that are leaned on in terms of, well, I don't like him, so I'm gonna vote for her. I don't like her, so I'm gonna vote for him. Never about policy. Rarely about policy. It's crazy. Or if it is about policy, well, he speaks more to the undercover racist in me. He's gonna say the things that I can't say, so yeah, but that's my guy. What about policy? I know what y'all thinking. Well, did you watch the debates? Yeah, I watched a couple of them. And they'll touch on it a little bit. They'll tap on it a little bit. But they spend more time trying to defend what they have already done. I did this here. When I was this, I did it. Well, in the last 3 years, we. Rufus says voting for the lesser two evils is a stupid thing to do. I'll never do it. Jab Bass says, and nobody even voted for her to be the nominee. Really, man, to be honest with you, somebody said it earlier, all of them are selected. All of them are selected. They put them all up there to, you don't get many choices on the way up of who's on the way up. You don't get choices in that selection process like that. Just educate me if I'm wrong. I could be wrong. I'm not acting like I'm right on this. I'm just saying we look up one day and this is who it is. Man, who gonna fix our condition? Who gonna right the wrongs? Who gonna undo this crap that this nation have put us in? Tell a quack, I see you. Disorder 67, I see you. Brutus Lee, I see you. Thoughts on O'Malley? I can't pronounce the last name. So that lets you know I don't know who it is. I can't pronounce the last name. I can't speak on that. Mike Pena says, and think about all the money come forward for whatever, cancer, poverty, rebuilding countries. Where has it gone? Add all them years since we started donating, still no change. It's like say cancer research. How long they been collecting money for cancer research? Treatment, cancer treatment. How much? Billions? We under a spell, man. We under a spell, bro. Have you and Immortal Technique ever done anything music-wise together, or has he ever tried to reach out to you? Yeah, that's my homie. Yeah, we did a song. I don't know when it's coming out, but we did a song a while back. What about Dr. Umar Tariq Nasheed or Professor Black Truth? I don't know who Professor Black Truth is. I know Umar and Tariq Nasheed, but I don't know them personally either. What's up, Trish? I got you, Tech. We gonna work. We gonna work. Okay, Curtis Sly. 21,000 days old. Do you think you could get DNA True Lyricist on the podcast? That's my homie, man. If he ever in Houston, he's more than welcome to come through. Contra Bricks Build Craze. Hi, I'm from Melbourne, Australia. Damn, I need to get all the Camp Low CDs. Those cats are so dope. I heard one that'll. What's stopping it? I mean, it got to be a way to get them. I am a gem. What's going on? I know I'm way behind, y'all. What's up, Michelle Woods? I see you. Say they knew they had to do that for control, talking about them record labels. Hey, and you don't always get big money on a big label, though. I am a gem. You might get fame, but you don't always get a lot of money. A lot of them dudes don't have money. A lot of them rappers and stuff, they don't be having money like that. The singers either. They don't be having money like that, bro. Don't let it fool you. Trust me, man. They do not be having money like that. They have a lot of exposure. It would seem like they got a lot of money because you see them and hear them everywhere. But these labels be raping, man. History obscure records. Yo, Sabi had cures, the kind they don't want to see. 77 cases, but they still call it fantasy. Pharma keeping us locked in their money machine. Yeah, no question about it. Showtime says Trump will get us paid. He the only president that ran a company. The other is staged and out of our control anyway. History Obscure says they scared of the herbs, scared of what they can do. Because if people wake up, then their profits are through. That's right. Actual facts. Y'all teaching up in here, man. Kaluminali, what's going on? Good evening, OG. Was there ever a time where you were overwhelmed when you were coming up in the music game? Yeah, a few times, man. Because I was making a mistake of seek when you seek validation from the industry, and I wouldn't say I was doing that a lot. You know, that was more my earlier years. You got to seek validation from the people. So from that side, you might say, "Well, man, you know, I had to figure that part out." But in terms of business wise, yeah, it's been times where I was overwhelmed because you know, since since my dad was like not doing the music no more, I took over, started doing everything myself. I've been a one man operation, so you got to do everything yourself. That can be like a lot, you multitasking because if you writing the songs, you recording the songs, you financing the project, you booking your own shows. In a lot of cases, I get booked, but I book a lot of our shows. We put them together ourselves. You know, you are manufacturing your own merch. You're selling your own merch. You're running your website, running your company, um, promoting and marketing everything yourself. You are your own online director. Everything. So from a business standpoint, yeah, it's a lot of hats that you got to wear. And at times you get overwhelmed, not overwhelmed from the standpoint of just like, I can't, I can't take, not like that, but more so like, man, there's a lot going on to where it's not enough hours in a day. You forget. It's stuff you actually forget to do. You package the product. You ship the product. See? So yeah, but heavy is the head that wears the crown. So you don't complain about freedom, because everything I just described is the embodiment of freedom. I'm free. So when you are free or working to become free and have full control over what you do, that's the price. The price is that responsibility and that work, that grind. You got to do it. If you don't do it, it's not going to get done. A label will do all that for you. But guess what? They're going to charge you for every single aspect of it. Then they're going to recoup their money back on the back end when it's time. And theirs might be in the millions. So, you got to embrace it. That's why people say you pay the cost to be the boss. You pay the cost to be the boss. You incur all of the risk. All of the risk are on you when you the boss. But all the reward falls in your lap too. You can't be scared to fail. Taekwon Gong, what's going on? Money Up Records, I see you. Anybody who would like to be a part of my mailing list, that's my email right there. Just send me an email, and when it's time stuff to pop off, I'll let y'all know. Making sense in a mad world. What's going on? Y'all go check out the latest episode of Underground Dialogue Podcast and the one before that with the homie Ali Sadiq. I need y'all to be regulars on the podcast, man. Man, I'm behind. Okay, let me try to catch. I'll be trying to get all of y'all, man. 007, the killer. I see you. Trying to make sure I catch everybody, man. I'll be trying to show everybody some love. Michelle says, I'm not voting for either of them. Never voted, never will. Might not have to vote after this next election. Might not be no more voting. Hand over fist says, what up, K? Tell them how you don't give up when certain networks don't pan out. If you quit, you was never built for it. Quitting ain't an option. When you quit, it tells me that it was never something that you wanted in the first place. You don't quit when you're chasing something that you want. You have setbacks. Setbacks, mistakes, certain little failures here and there. That only adds to your experience. It's an experiment. You're doing a success. Life is a success experiment. You are experimenting and trying to figure out the formula to success all throughout your life. That's why you're here. You're going to pour something in this one time, it's going to boom. Okay, that wasn't it. Let me go back to the drawing board. And you learn from your mistakes. You figure out what you did wrong. You come back and try to do it better. Young Herc said he'd been rolling around laughing maniacally. Young Herc also said, man, it's a fine balance, needing others so desperately while being aware the deflection. Phantom Face says, America is a company. Companies have CEOs and presidents. America does too. So how can you vote for the boss of a company? Man, y'all on it, man. All right, man. Y'all drop y'all locations. Let me shout y'all out. Y'all drop some stuff on me tonight, man. Y'all hit me with some heavy stuff tonight. I can just leave y'all with this. It seems like, I guess we coming to the election time, and a lot of people are kind of on edge about that, man. Look, bro, if God ain't your candidate, you ain't got a chance. Y'all can keep putting y'all faith in these people all y'all want, thinking that they are not your Messiah. You moving the real Messiah to the side to lock your eyes in. Say, man, Dollar Bill, man, where you been, man? Say, man, you need to call me immediately, bro. Man, I'm finna call the hospitals, the penitentiary. Man, where you been, bro? Man, you better tell me that you got kidnapped by some Russian spies that took you over all across seas. You had to escape, fight 18 ninjas to get out, swim across the Atlantic. Man, where you been, bro? I was worried, man. I said, man, my boy, this ain't like my boy, man. I am a Jim is in SoCal. Gary is in Clydebank, Glasgow, Scotland. Night Wolf. What's going on, Night Wolf, out there in Denver? Detroit. D-Town is in Detroit. Phantom Faces in the 614. DJ Alyssa Monsanto is in H-Town. Erica is in Beaumont. What's up, EV? The homie Demetrius Russo is in Chicago, Chi-Town. Elberto is in 3rd Ward, Texas. Cavi is in Duluth, Georgia. Gwinnett County. Yeah. The homie Base Hexor in Northern Michigan. Osita, what's up, Osita? Waco, Texas, man. Salute. Kaz, yo, this is Casual P. What's up, Casual P? The Slane. All right, what's up, man? Oshkosh, Wisconsin. DJ King, Dolomite, Alabama. Is that a real place? Erica says, we want CDs. We want CDs. I got y'all. We're going to start a movement, man. Keep CDs alive, man. Jab Bad is in H-Town. Connie Hodge in the 619. James Johnson, when the new CD dropping? Man, I keep saying December, but I don't know, man. Give me 2 months. It'll be out in 2 months. Rapper K is down the street. He didn't say what street. He didn't say what street. He just down the street. He could be down your street, my street. Brother D. Nail, Cincinnati, Ohio. Okay, Alyssa, that's all good. Young Herc, where's your favorite place to pluck the 3rd book out of? It's always the spine in it. I don't even understand that question. I'm kind of slow, man. Mike Jack, San Jose. Yeah. Chris B, come checking in. Subscribe to my channel now, y'all. And click the like button. We got 2 minutes. What y'all got? I'm in a movie, y'all. I'm in a movie. Y'all didn't know I was in a movie? I got to go to movie rehearsal tonight. Y'all gonna see me on Tubi. I don't know what gang stalking is. I still don't know nobody who really, nobody really explained it yet. I don't know what that is, man. I don't be keeping up with that stuff. I'm gonna be like a police. I'm gonna be freeze, sucker. Nah, I ain't the slasher. Gang stalkers use a remote neuromodulation technology that puts voices in your head. See, that's a second total different definition. That's what I'm saying. I don't even know what the first definition was. Totally nothing like that somebody gave me. Wow. Mike Jackson, I said it 3 times. I must have missed it. But that's not what she just said. Wow. The CIA COINTEL stuff. Okay. Already, man. I'll catch y'all later on, man. One love. Peace.